Hey guys, Julian here. Just gonna show you a quick little tip in this video that can really help you sort of bring your sounds to life. And yeah, it's a cool little trick. It's called the track delay in Ableton. And it's not talked about a whole lot, but I hear a lot of people using it nowadays. And I think it's a very important thing to know how to use. Um, like once you start getting up to the getting better and better with producing, I feel like you should be using this in almost like every track you make. I try to, because it can really help your stuff, like give it that sort of human feel, and like I said, like bring it to life. Um, and it just sounds pretty cool. And it's actually useful in a few different applications. So I'm gonna start with the first one here, which is I have this trap beat going. I'll show you. It's real simple. Had to turn the snare up real quick. But yeah, so like I said, this is like real simple. I don't want to call it sterile, but it's like very, just kind of empty. It's just sort of boring. There's not a whole lot going on there. It's anybody could recreate this with a little bit of knowledge. Now, how we're gonna use the track delay is we're gonna put it on the hi-hats to give them some groove and sort of make them feel more like human and raw. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn on track delay. So by default, it usually isn't turned on. It might be turned on your Ableton. I don't know. But to make sure that it's on, you gotta go to the right here, and this little D icon, click that. And now once it's on, this little like 0 milliseconds thing will come up. Now, what you want to do is start moving this forward. I usually start with maybe like 10 milliseconds, 15. Let's do 15. I'm moving the hi-hats forward, and I'll show you what that's going to do. You hear it already. It's moving them forward. This track delay is the same thing as if you just moved the steps forward. Just literally move them to the right. But this is a more controllable way to do it because you can just keep moving this knob, and it's just a lot easier. It's a lot less headache. So yeah, if I keep moving this forward, there's some parts where it becomes like too much. Like if I do this much, I mean, I guess that might sound cool to some people, but it's a really good way to get those kind of like swingy, not swingy, but like offbeat trap hi-hats that have like a little bit of liveliness. And this isn't just for trap music either. You can use this in a ton of stuff to give your stuff more groove and more human feel. I use it in house songs a lot. This is just a very easy way for me to describe it that makes a lot of sense. But you can use it in a ton of different sort of situations. Now, I'm also going to show you how to use it. You can use it to do the Haas effect, which, if you don't know what the Haas effect is, essentially, I'm just grabbing a vocal sample here. But essentially what the Haas effect is it, so what you do is you split the signal into the left and right channel, and then you make one of them go slightly after, about like between 10 and 40 milliseconds after the one channel. If this is them in parallel, this is the Haas effect. And what it does is it creates this big wide stereo image. I'm just gonna grab something from here. Perfect. We're gonna unwarp that, and I'll just go ahead and convert this to mono just to make it easy for you guys to hear, because here is basically the beginning signal. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this like wide and stereo using the Haas effect and using track delay. So I'm gonna duplicate this track, and we're gonna pan the first one all the way to the left, second one all the way to the right. And using this track delay over here, we're gonna move. It doesn't matter which one you use, but I usually just do it with the right one. I'm gonna move it 10 milliseconds forward. So now this one, if I was just doing this in the thing, it would be like this. Like it would be after this one. But because this one is happening slightly after this one, the right ear is happening slightly after the left ear, then we're gonna get this big wide stereo image. And there we go. Now the more that you the farther apart you set these within a range, the more Haas effect you'll have. Now once you get up to like here, you can't really hear the effect. It's kind of just two signals. But this is another way you can use the track delay. I know I have my other video where I explain the Haas effect, where you can do it with an Ableton rack, but this way is actually a little bit easier to sort of keep track of, because this way you can see it visually. You've got the two tracks. But yeah, guys, that's just a quick tip. how to use track delay in Ableton. It's pretty useful. Like I said, I use this in almost like every track, and I think you really should be too, because once you get into like if you think about Ableton as an instrument, once you get into like the upper echelon of or the upper echelons of playing in an instrument or playing an instrument, this is like everything, like the note placement, like your timing, getting it like perfect and getting it slightly off in some places, and just like really honing in on where your notes hit is like everything. Like that's very, very important, because it's like anybody can like learn to play the saxophone, for example, or anybody can learn to make this really simple little trap beat, but you got to take it to the next level, and this is one of the things that can help you do that. So I hope you like this. Let me know in the comments. Subscribe if you learned something. If you aren't already a subscriber, like this video, comment, like I said, share this video. Check out all my social media, and check out my sample packs. They're on the Bandcamp link in the description. Thank you so much, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Peace.